Comprehending Stoicism. Knowing Stoicism is the cornerstone that supports the structure of life-altering Stoic secrets. Fundamentally, Stoicism is a way of living rather than just a philosophy, providing ageless insight to successfully and resiliently traverse life's challenges. Stoicism, which has its origins in ancient Greece, holds that internal disposition mastery is the path to ultimate happiness rather than relying on external conditions. Understanding the duality of control and differentiating between what is and is not within our power is essential to this way of thinking. Anxiety and irritation are freed from us when we concentrate only on the things we can control, our attitudes, ideas, and behaviors. Furthermore, virtue cultivation is promoted by Stoicism as the ultimate good. Virtue, which includes traits like courage, justice, temperance, and knowledge, is said to be the way to eudaimonia, which is a prosperous life in balance with the natural world. Other essential elements of Stoicism include acceptance and calmness. Stoics find comfort amid life's storms by accepting life's inherent unpredictability and being calm in the face of hardship. The discipline of amor fati, or the love of fate, which teaches people to embrace every part of their destiny and turn setbacks into chances for personal development, is a complementary approach to acceptance. Adhering to the natural order is an additional fundamental tenet of Stoicism. We can transcend the ego's transient goals and reach a deeper feeling of fulfillment when we connect our actions with the universal order. To fully comprehend Stoicism is to set out on a path of introspection and metamorphosis. It necessitates being prepared to challenge received wisdom, face our psychological demons, and develop an unflinching dedication to virtue. We can discover the deep mysteries of Stoicism and awaken to a life filled with meaning, purpose, and inner calm by careful study, introspection, and practice. The controlled dichotomy. The deep idea known as the dichotomy of control is at the center of Stoic philosophy. This idea distinguishes between what is under our control and what is outside of it. It teaches us to separate the things that we can influence from the ones that we cannot and to concentrate all of our efforts on the former. Envision a circle that is split in two. The inner circle signifies the things we can control, while the outside circle represents the things we cannot. Our thoughts, beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors, the facets of our lives that we have total control over, are contained within the inner circle. On the other hand, things beyond our control, such as other people's behaviors and external events, are included in the outer circle. Stoics develop a deep sense of inner peace and liberate themselves from the oppression of outside forces by accepting this duality. Instead of squandering mental energy complaining about circumstances beyond their control, they focus on their behavior and character, which they can control. This idea is a call to action based on discernment and wisdom rather than inactivity or resignation. Stoics are aware that although they can't always control what happens outside of their control, they can always choose how they react to it. They exhibit control over their own life by acting morally in every situation and maintaining composure in the face of difficulty. Stoics develop a deep sense of inner peace and liberate themselves from the oppression of outside forces by accepting this duality. Instead of squandering mental energy complaining about circumstances beyond their control, they focus on their behavior and character, which they can control. This idea is a call to action based on discernment and wisdom rather than inactivity or resignation. Stoics are aware that although they can't always control what happens outside of their control, they can always choose how they react to it. They exhibit control over their own life by acting morally in every situation and maintaining composure in the face of difficulty. The dichotomy of control essentially asks us to accept the power of agency and let go of our connection to results. The knowledge that true freedom comes from mastering our inner state rather than from controlling the outside environment gives us the ability to face life's inevitable trials with grace and resiliency. At the heart of Stoic ethics is the practice of virtue, which provides a guide for leading a life marked by moral perfection and inner harmony. According to Stoicism, virtue is a useful roadmap for negotiating the challenges of life with integrity and knowledge rather than just a theoretical idea. The four cardinal virtues of Stoicism are temperance, justice, courage, and wisdom. These virtues are regarded as necessary elements of a flourishing life and act as guiding principles for moral decision making. Beyond mere knowledge, wisdom also includes practical wisdom, or the capacity to recognize what is genuinely important in life and to live accordingly. It entails developing a keen awareness of both oneself and the outside world in addition to making morally and rationally good decisions. The quality of having the strength and resilience to overcome hardship is known as fortitude or courage. It entails overcoming discomfort and anxiety to pursue morality even in the face of difficult obstacles or opposition. The willingness to act despite fear, led by moral standards and integrity, is what defines courage. The virtue of treating people fairly, kindly, and with respect is known as justice. It entails promoting the welfare of every member of society and preserving the ideals of equality and harmony in society. To be just means to acknowledge each person's intrinsic value and dignity and to act in a way that advances the welfare of everyone. The capacity to control one's hunger, urges, and wants per reason and morality is known as temperance or self-control. It entails avoiding excess and indulgence, exercising moderation and restraint in everything, and preserving inner harmony and balance. To live a Stoic life, one must be dedicated to moral development and self-examination, as well as maintain constant effort and discipline. It entails bringing wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance into harmony with one's words, ideas, and deeds. In the end, virtuous living not only leads to personal fulfillment, but also leaves a lasting legacy of goodness and wisdom and makes a positive impact on the world. Stoics aim to uphold the highest human values via the practice of virtue and encourage others to follow in their footsteps. Acceptance and calmness. The main ideas of Stoic philosophy are acceptance and equanimity, which provide fundamental insights into how to handle life's ups and downs with grace and perseverance. Fundamentally, acceptance entails accepting and appreciating the pleasures and difficulties of the current moment. Conversely, equanimity describes the ability to keep a calm, balanced mind in the face of changing situations. Stoics acknowledge that resistance to forces outside of our control is often the root cause of human suffering. Accepting the way things are and letting go of our attachment to particular results helps us break free from the grip of worry and annoyance. This is not about passively accepting our fate. Rather, it is about facing life with an attitude of openness and receptivity, prepared to face every moment with calm and clarity. The ability to remain calm inside yourself in the face of adversity is known as equanimity. It entails developing a calm and composed mind that is unaffected by the upheaval of outside circumstances. Adversity is seen by Stoics as a chance for personal development and self-discovery, and they approach life's obstacles with bravery and perseverance. Giving up our craving for certainty and control is necessary to practice acceptance and equanimity. It entails having confidence that everything happens per a bigger plan and putting your trust in the wisdom of the cosmos. We make room for a greater sense of serenity and contentment when we let go of our attachments and desires. In addition, Stoics stress the use of perspective in developing acceptance and composure. They serve as a constant reminder of the transient nature of everything and the smallness of personal wants in the greater scheme of things. They may see past the current difficulties and disappointments and discover meaning and purpose in the bigger picture of life by taking a more expansive perspective. Living in harmony with the natural world. A cornerstone of Stoic philosophy is living in harmony with nature, which emphasizes the significance of coordinating one's ideas, deeds, and moral principles with the universe's innate order. The term nature for Stoics encompasses both the natural world and the laws of reason that govern it. Living in harmony with the natural world entails understanding the cosmic order. Stoics hold that the logos, A logical and orderly structure governs the universe's operations. Humans can learn about the fundamental laws governing existence by investigating and analyzing the natural world. Virtuous living? According to Stoic philosophy, virtue is the ultimate good and the means of leading a naturalistic life. Virtue is a set of attributes that includes traits like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. It provides a framework for moral behavior and ethical decision making. Living in harmony with nature means acknowledging that the things that happen in your life are a part of the larger scheme of things. This is known as accepting the will of the universe. This acceptance recognizes the boundaries of human comprehension and the interconnection of all things, but it does not entail apathy or surrender. Adversity is a natural aspect of life, and Stoicism teaches that resilience may be developed by meeting obstacles head on with bravery and perseverance. People can become resilient and strong within by accepting challenges as chances for personal development. Finding happiness in simplicity. Moderation and simplicity are values that Stoics promote in all facets of life. Instead of pursuing financial gain or fleeting pleasures, people who live in harmony with nature can find joy and fulfillment in the pursuit of virtue and the development of meaningful connections. Living in harmony with nature essentially means accepting the universe's natural order and directing one's life per its logical precepts. Stoics aim to live genuinely and peacefully in a world ruled by reason and order by pursuing virtue, yielding to the will of the universe, and finding delight in simplicity. The technique of handling impressions. The deliberate manipulation of other people's perceptions of ourselves is known as the art of impression management, a notion that is present in many philosophical traditions, psychology theories, and Stoicism alike. Although the word may sound deceptive, the core idea of Stoicism is developing integrity and authenticity in our relationships with others. Stoicism places more emphasis on acting in a way that is consistent with our internal beliefs and ideals than it does on manipulating how other people see us for selfish ends. This includes virtuous conduct. Virtuous behavior is the cornerstone of Stoic impression management. Stoics place more emphasis on being virtuous than on how to appear virtuous. When people exhibit traits like kindness, humility, honesty, and integrity, they inherently leave a good impression on other people. Self-awareness. Being fully aware of oneself, including one's motivations, ideals and strengths, and shortcomings, is essential to Stoic philosophy. By developing self-awareness, people can make deliberate decisions about how they present themselves, since they will have a greater understanding of how other people interpret their words and behaviors. Authenticity. Genuineness and authenticity are highly valued by Stoics in all facets of life. Thus, presenting oneself honestly and without pretense or facade is the art of impression management. To do this, one must be willing to accept their flaws and vulnerabilities as well as be honest with both themselves and other people. Ethical considerations. The Stoic path places a strong emphasis on the necessity of ethical considerations for every choice and action. When it comes to impression management, people need to make sure that their actions are morally righteous and do not jeopardize their integrity or the welfare of others. Social contribution. According to Stoicism, our deeds should strive to both help society and ourselves personally. Thus, the skill of managing impressions in Stoicism is taking into account how our actions affect people around us and making an effort to make a good impression by being kind, compassionate, and serving others. In conclusion, Stoicism's approach to impression management centers on living virtuously, developing self-awareness, being genuine, upholding moral standards, and making a constructive contribution to society. It is about influencing how we are perceived by others by acting with integrity and sincerity as opposed to using trickery or deception. The self-control of want. A key component of Stoic philosophy is the discipline of desire, which focuses on controlling and perfecting our deepest desires. According to Stoicism, A large portion of human misery results from the unbridled pursuit of goals that are frequently out of our control. Thus, we can achieve more inner peace and fulfillment by controlling our wants and directing them toward what is morally righteous and under our control. This is a summary of Stoicism's discipline of desire. Understanding the nature of desire. Stoics acknowledge that our desires are innate urges that surface in us in reaction to a variety of outside circumstances. But not every desire is helpful or supportive of a life filled with virtue and flourishing. Certain cravings, including those for fame, fortune, or approval from others, can cause moral lapses and unhappiness. Developing an attitude of adaptation and acceptance. A key component of the discipline of desire is developing a mindset of acceptance and adaptation to outside circumstances and results. Stoics encourage accepting whatever comes our way with composure and fortitude rather than getting unduly attached to particular results or clinging to wants that are out of our control. Putting virtue first. The discipline of desire is based on the idea that virtue should come before material possessions. Stoics hold that leading a life of moral excellence, independent of external circumstances, is the path to ultimate contentment and happiness. Consequently, the development of virtues like intelligence, bravery, justice, and temperance is more important than pursuing transient pleasures. Developing inner mastery. Self-control and inner mastery are necessary for the discipline of desire. It entails teaching the mind to discriminate between true needs and wants and to direct our desires toward honorable and worthwhile objectives. Stoics strive to have more control over their impulses and cravings by engaging in techniques like self-reflection, mindfulness, and rational analysis. The discipline of desire and Stoicism is essentially about developing a virtue-based, resilient, and contented mindset in the face of life's uncertainties and obstacles. It entails learning to discern between things that are genuinely worthwhile and worthy of pursuit, virtue, and things that are merely fleeting and ultimately unsatisfying, external goods. Stoics seek to achieve inner peace and harmony via disciplined practice, independent of external conditions. Stoic daily routine. The Stoic routine is a collection of exercises and routines intended to develop inner serenity, fortitude, and wisdom in day-to-day living. While particular practices may differ from person to person, Stoic practice typically consists of the following fundamental components. Morning reflection. Stoics frequently start their days with a moment of introspection or meditation during which they consider their principles, objectives, and aspirations for the coming day. This exercise promotes mindfulness and self-awareness while helping to establish a purposeful and upbeat mood for the day. Journaling. To capture their ideas, introspection, and epiphanies, many Stoics maintain a journal. With the use of self-examination and this philosophical diary, people can monitor their development, spot patterns that keep coming up, and get a deeper comprehension of Stoic ideas. Stoic reading. One of the main tenets of Stoic practice is reading the works of ancient Stoic thinkers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius. In addition to offering intellectual stimulation, reading and studying Stoic literature can provide helpful advice for leading a moral and fulfilling life. Mindfulness practice. Stoics place a strong emphasis on the benefits of mindfulness and present moment awareness in day-to-day living. A person can maintain their sense of balance and composure amid the hectic pace of modern life by engaging in mindfulness practices like body scanning, breath awareness, and focused concentration. Adversity training. As a kind of mental training, Stoics voluntarily subject themselves to hardship and adversity. This could be going cold turkey, fasting, or purposefully seeking out difficult circumstances to strengthen resistance and fortitude. Evening reflection. Stoics have a contemplative activity after the day called the evening examination. This entails taking stock of one's deeds, pinpointing areas in need of development, and expressing thanks for the day's benefits. It also entails considering how one's deeds conform to the ideals and qualities of Stoicism. Depth contemplation. To obtain perspective and a greater appreciation for life, Stoics often reflect on their mortality. Memento mori is a discipline that acts as a reminder to live each day with courage, appreciation, and purpose. Community and support. On the Stoic path, interacting with other Stoics and like minded people fosters a sense of community and support. This could be interacting with other practitioners online, attending courses or retreats, or taking part in Stoic discussion groups. All things considered, the Stoic routine provides a framework for incorporating Stoic ideals into everyday life rather than a strict set of rules. People can develop more resilience, wisdom, and inner serenity by adopting these practices into their daily lives, which will ultimately result in a more purposeful and happy existence. The power of mindfulness. A key component of Stoic practice is the development of present moment awareness and deliberate attention to one's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This is known as the power of mindfulness. The ancient Stoic notion of mindfulness has several advantages. Present moment awareness. Being mindful is focusing your attention on the here and now with intention and without passing judgment. We can become more aware of our thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations as well as the environment around us by concentrating our consciousness on the present moment. Equanimity and acceptance. Being mindful helps one accept, without resistance or judgment, the way things are in the present moment. Stoics hold that our connection to our desires, aversions, and expectations is largely responsible for human suffering. We may face the difficulties of life with grace and resiliency if we practice a conscious attitude of acceptance and composure. Emotional regulation. Mindfulness enables people to more objectively and perceive their feelings without being overwhelmed or reacting. Instead of being controlled by rash decisions, we can choose to react to events with knowledge and compassion by learning to halt and analyze our emotional responses. Cognitive flexibility. People who practice mindfulness can think more freely and adaptably, which increases their cognitive flexibility. We can confront constricting ideas and viewpoints and develop a more reasonable and balanced attitude toward life by becoming conscious of our cognitive biases and habitual thought patterns. Improved concentration and focus. Practicing mindfulness increases our capacity to maintain attention and concentrate on things with more efficiency and clarity. We may improve our overall performance, creativity, and productivity by teaching our minds to remain focused on the work at hand. Stress reduction and well-being. Research has demonstrated that practicing mindfulness can lessen stress, anxiety, and depression in addition to fostering resilience and general well-being. Stoics can achieve greater inner peace, contentment, and fulfillment in life by practicing mindfulness. The potential of mindfulness to change how we relate to others, to ourselves, and to the outside world is, in essence, what Stoicism calls the power of mindfulness. To live with deeper wisdom, compassion, and inner peace, Stoics can harness the transforming potential of mindfulness by practicing present moment awareness, acceptance, and equanimity.